This is it. This is the parable of the wheat and tares. Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 to 30. The setting: Africa, Namibia, in Galilee, at the Sea of Galilee. A historical event occurred. The people in attendance were Yahshua, the disciples, and a crowd of people. The parable of the wheat and tares, it is found only in Matthew's Gospel. Yahshua, he was teaching the people, and more people came out to hear him. The people began to throng him, so Yahshua, he sat in a boat. The boat was in the Sea of Galilee. Yahshua, he began to teach, speaking in parables. The black man and black woman, they do not have a Bible and various versions of the Bible. The black man and black woman, they have scriptures, and their scriptures, they are historical and were handed down to them from their ancestors from generation to generation. The black man and black woman, their scriptures, they were stolen by the Caucasian, and they are housed in the Vatican and in Germany. The scriptures of the black man and black woman are in a scroll format. They are not in a book format or a codex format. The scriptures were given to the black man and black woman only, and the scriptures, they were given to them by the Most High. The Caucasian has gotten hold of the black man and black woman scriptures, and the Caucasian, he made various versions of the scriptures, and he reinterpreted the scriptures in accordance to Baal worship. The Caucasian changed the meaning of many passages and texts in the scriptures, and he placed these changes in the various versions he created. One of the changes made by the Caucasian is the reinterpretation of the parable of the wheat and tares. The parable of wheat and tares is always used to refer to subjects that have nothing to do with the parable, such as eternity, eternal life, morality, right and wrong, and salvation. The parable of the wheat and tares is often used as a reference to the daily experiences of people, but these are all deceptive and incorrect interpretations of the parable. The parable of the wheat and tares, it has nothing to do with morality, eternity, salvation, right and wrong, and life experiences. The parable of the wheat and tares, it is not about moral issues of justice and sin. It is not about Christians. It is not about the grace of God, and it is not about the patience of God. The parable of the wheat and tares, it is about a real historical event that occurred in the past, and Yahshua, he lets the disciples know that this historical event, it will happen again. History will repeat itself. Yahshua, he is referring to the historical events of the days of Noah. Matthew chapter 24, verses 37 to 39. This passage, it speaks of the last days of Noah, and Yahshua, he says the following: But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 to 30. This passage, it is speaking about the fallen angels producing seed on earth by interbreeding with the black woman, thereby producing mutated offsprings such as giants, the wild man, and the present-day Caucasian. Elements of the parable. The parable of the wheat and tares, it speaks of a kingdom, a man with servants, a man that has an enemy, a man that sowed good seed, an enemy that sowed bad seed. The parable, it presents two seeds on earth. Other features of the parable are a field, the harvest, and the reapers, burning, and a barn. These features and elements of the parable, they have absolutely nothing to do with the personal life of the believer, and they do not refer to moral issues, issues of right and wrong behavior. These features and elements of the parable, they refer to a real historical event of the past, and they refer to an event of the future. These are important elements of the parable, and understanding them will help in understanding the parable. The parable of the wheat and tares. It speaks of two seeds on earth, where one seed is good seed, and the other seed is bad seed. The parable it speaks of an enemy that sowed bad seed on earth, and it goes on to show how the servants are eager to pull up the tares, but the servants were told to let both grow together until the harvest. Later in Matthew, the tares, they are identified with the children of the evil one. And the wheat, they are identified with the children of the kingdom. And the harvest, it is identified with the end of the age. In Matthew chapter 13, verses 36 to 43, Yahshua, he gives the explanation of the parable. Verse 36, it reads, Then Yahshua sent the multitudes away and went into the house. His disciples came to him, saying, Explain to us the parable of the darnel weeds of the field. He answered them, He who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. And the good seed, these are the children of the kingdom. And the darnel weeds are the children of the evil one. The enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are angels. As therefore the darnel weeds are gathered up and burned with fire, so will it be at the end of this age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that cause stumbling, and those who do iniquity, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine forth like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear.